Yeah.
Remember that when you were 6 years old, you were a Tiger Cub scout?
Yeah.
And do you remember you wanted to camp out and Chiefy, your pack leader, had you guys make walking sticks?
Yeah.
And remember you decorated them with beads and stuff?
Yes, I do.
And we've had it for 25 years?
Yes.
Well, I just cut it up and we're getting ready to throw it in the fire.
What?
If you were here, I would chop off your leg and throw it in the fire.
Are you guys really gonna burn the furniture too?
We already chopped it up. I already busted it up.
No, you didn't.
Up the shipper rope.
You're kidding. You're kidding.
I'm not kidding. It's fucking cold. It's gonna be 45 in the house again tonight. I mean, that's only 13 degrees above freezing.
Mom went to a park and just started picking up sticks.
Yeah. I did. Like she was in North Korea trying to make a little bit of heat for poor starving children. That's what she did.
Mom's like the cover of that Led Zeppelin album of the old man like picking the sticks.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh my god.
Conditions are worsening. All right, this is your weather update. Marnie's an explorer.
Marn? You better go. Marnie.
This is a lot of snow for Texas. This is crazy. It's just so unusual to see this much snowfall. Ooh! That was fun. Like, kicked it back out a little bit. It's almost like an abandoned city at this point, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there is nobody out. It's just like I see a car every couple minutes. Wow, look at that. It's getting there. I bet it'll freeze once we get to single digits, right? You can already see it kind of freezing over. All the times we've made this drive and it's just, you know, you never think it's going to be snowing. All the dudes in like the lifted off-road trucks and vehicles, they live for this shit. They do. They're like me. I was so excited to be able to drive in the snow. Look at it over there. It's just so great out. Here's your Forerunner.
Just running.
What the fuck?
Just running lights.
You just took that left lane. That was weird. It's so surreal to have fucking snow. I can't even tell you. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at how she kicks up the snow in front of her when she walks. See her feet? Snow has gotten way more impressive. We probably have a good 3 or 4 inches. It's deep though. Like this is actually like, we're hitting the point where like curbs are being covered and you can hardly tell where they are. I really don't know if I'm even going to use the footage earlier. This is so much more impressive. Look at this.
Are you in 4-wheel?
2.
Okay, let's put it in 4-wheel drive, please. Matt,
Oh!
can you please put it in 4-wheel drive?
Really?
Yeah, that's non-negotiable.
I don't negotiate with terrorists.
Okay.
I gotta get into neutral.
Okay.
Rules are rules. Alright, neutral. Here, click this. Put it in neutral. 4 high. And you're good to go. Bob's your uncle. Yeah, this is way more impressive. Cut all that earlier footage, okay? Because this is the real deal.
And it's the most snow I think I've ever seen in Texas in the 13 years or so I've lived here, right? 13
This
years.
is what I imagine like near blizzard conditions to be.
This is really nothing.
Okay, you know? You're like, this ain't shit.
Well, when you grow up in where it's
For me, this is
yeah,
like
no,
crazy
this is
exotic.
a lot. It's. I don't think I've ever lived in Texas where it snowed for like 12 hours straight. That might be a record, I think.
Yeah. It's just gotten so much more snow in the last 3 hours. Like, look, you can hardly see the curbs, you know?
Mm-hmm.
One thing I love about driving in the snow, in Texas at least, is that there's no such thing as lanes anymore. You just drive wherever the hell you want. These cars are ballsy. See what the water looks like now.
Wow, that is a big frozen lake.
This is surreal. This is like a dream to me. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So much of the year we're just here and we're like sweating our asses off. And now it's 17,
Yeah.
or what is it, like 12 degrees
12
out?
degrees. It's gonna be a low of 0 today or tomorrow morning. I guess midnight.
Look at that thing.
Now it's starting to get cold.
Yeah. Santa Ana and his troops got stuck in a freak blizzard on the march up to Texas,
Mm-hmm.
which is why they weren't at full strength basically when they got to the Alamo, because if a blizzard like this hit them, I think it was in northern Mexico, like South Texas, northern Mexico, and they were just decimated. Like, they lost troops, people died, because you can imagine if you're marching across the desert
Yeah.
and this shit hit you and it was suddenly in the teens. I mean, you don't stand much of a chance. I mean, it's 15 degrees outside. Holy shit, how did he even end up there? Yeah, this is that car. Damn, they must have. Alright, it's the next day. And we lost power at like 1 a.m. So, still going without power, sorry. It's 10:54, it's 9 degrees out. But we have the truck, so we're gonna go try and get some food somewhere. I figure we can always get food somewhere. Somewhere's gotta be open, but we'll see. It's almost completely frozen over. Current temperature reading on the truck is 15 degrees Fahrenheit. It's funny, no matter how many times, it's been almost 36 hours that we haven't had power, and I just keep forgetting. Wow, you can see frost on the inside here. Wow, it's colder in here than I thought it was. No matter how long we go without, I keep flipping the light, and it's not gonna come on. I always thought that this was a gimmick, but if ever there was a time to use this, it's now. My wife needs to charge her work computer, so I'm gonna actually run this extension cord through that rear cab window, and then, I don't know, we'll see if it works. I don't know if I should do 100 watt or 400 watt. I don't know, let's just press it. Again?
Charging.
Yeah?
18% available.
Look at how jerry-rigged this is. Look, I'm running it through. I'm gonna shut it just enough so that we don't lose a lot of hot air. Look at that. Is that amazing? Alright, it's 17 degrees out. It's probably not accurate. It's probably actually colder than that. I'm trying to charge my phone. Trying to clean this shit off. It's cold as hell. It's 11 o'clock on Tuesday. I don't even have my watch on because my watch is dead. We're coming up on 48 hours, I think, since we lost power. I don't even know. 36 hours? I guess it'll be 36. Still don't have power. We don't have any warm water anymore either. Might have to go to my friend Dave's house and just charge up some of the electronics and maybe take a shower there. I don't know. I'm taking the RAV4 around. I have it in trail mode currently, and it's actually handling this ice really well. As you can see, we still have ice and snow covering the ground. It is cold as hell outside. I don't know, I guess this is just an update. My parents in Corpus just got a boil advisory for the water. Not only do they not have electricity, but they need to boil their water. They don't really have the electricity to boil the water, but I guess they can use a little camp stove or something. They and Sam, my other friend, do not have heat. And I think it's been 24 hours or more for them too, so they're like 400 miles away. That's what's crazy, is that like, that's a 7-hour drive, 6.5-hour drive if you're hauling ass, and they don't have power either. It's like, it's almost statewide. It's unbelievable. I put a bunch of the food in the garage, and then I realized that yesterday it was a little bit too warm for fridge temperatures, so then I put it on the porch and realized everything just froze solid. Here's my attempt at an outdoor fridge. It's more like an outdoor freezer. Look at this. It's all frozen solid. I fucked up. I just have no frame of reference for this kind of cold. I did not think we would be without power for 36. It looks like it might be 48, 72 hours. I don't know. I mean, this is shocking. Wasn't really the best plan, but here we are. Keep keeping on, I guess. I don't know what the hell to do. I mean, they don't have any kind of ideas to when the power is going to be back on, so it's pretty much just a wait and see game at this point. We tried to get some fast food last night, and one by one all the joints just ran out of food. So we ended up settling on a Wendy's for the second time yesterday, but unfortunately, by the time we got to the window, they had run out of food, so they just abandoned ship. There wasn't even anybody answering on the machine. I was hoping against hope that somebody would be there, but they just abandoned. There was a McDonald's that had food, it looked like, but the line was so long. It was already 9 o'clock at this point. We were just like, let's just cut our losses. So we went home and we ate some Girl Scout tag-along cookies and chicharrones. And I had a beer, because why not? YOLO. So yeah, we're just kind of maintaining, I guess, at this point. Like I said, we might make a trip out to Dave's and use some of their facilities, I guess, because I checked the water this morning and it started sputtering. I kept them dripping all night, I should say. I kept all of the faucets with a little trickle so that we wouldn't have the pipes freeze. And I woke up and I turned them on, and they were kind of sputtering, which had me worried, but they seem to be working now. When we woke up this morning, it was 1 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like 20 degrees colder than any temperature I've ever felt. And so we just went to bed basically wearing the big comfy, shout out to the comfies that Dave and Michelle bought us. I mean, Don't judge. It's freezing out here. We went to bed in those and just had like a big down comforter on us, and just, you know, I mean, it was warm for sure until you got out of bed. It was pretty warm, and our apartment is pretty well insulated. We're still in the 60s, but my parents and Sam in Corpus, my parents said that their internal house temperature is 44, and Sam texted me this morning and he said his temperature's 33 degrees inside, and neither of them have power, and they have no idea when that power is going to come back. So by no stretch of the imagination is this just a North Texas thing that's going on. This is definitely statewide, and I'm just updating you basically. I don't know what the hell else to do. Can't really do much work. I have Wi-Fi in the car, but AT&T Wi-Fi from the car uses the AT&T signal basically, so it's like if you have an LTE on your phone, it uses the same thing, because when I go to the Padre Island National Seashore, the Wi-Fi doesn't work on here if I don't have any bars. It only is as good as the bars that you have in your area. So the Wi-Fi isn't doing a whole hell of a lot. So, I mean, work is basically not happening, and there's bigger shit to worry about right now than work, frankly. So we're just trying to make sure that we don't destroy our pipes or have them freeze or anything, because that would be the only thing worse than right now, is if one of us were to get sick, or if we were to have the pipes freeze, and everything that would make everything worse. We've looked at getting hotels. All the hotels are booked. There's some availabilities tomorrow, but I don't know. I mean, maybe this will go on another couple days. We have no idea. There's a lot of talk about how all of the nicer neighborhoods all have electricity, like Highland Park and Preston Hollow. These are all like the nicer parts of town. So there's a lot of people pissed about that. I don't know enough about the electrical grid to really comment on it, but it is interesting that these ritzier parts of towns have electricity. Make of that what you will, but the reality for my part of town is that we have no power. We have no street lights. We have no signals even working within 2 miles or a mile of where I live. So it's really, it's little to no grid at all. Like I said, we don't have any hot water this morning. We had a little bit last night. I took a really cold bath last night. I see there's people that are just kind of bailing on the apartment too. You can see these dudes. We came out this morning and there was just all these people hanging out in their cars, charging their phones and trying to sleep in their cars because there's just no heat in the apartment. So just basically doing what we can. This RAV4 is really handling the snow well. I'm impressed. I wanted to take it for a spin because we haven't driven it in a couple days, and I want to make sure that we have both of the cars running soundly, and I don't want one of them to shut off because we might be using these for heat later, to just hang out and charge phones. So thankfully the RAV is running well, so I'll keep you guys updated. We'll see. Later. The novelty of an icicle is still not lost on me, even though this is like an emergency situation. As somebody from South Texas, it still amazes me. Check this out. This is crazy. This is the apartment pool. I officially have both of my feet on a pool in Dallas, Texas. Too much of a roller coaster. Like, I'm freaking out right now. Yeah, I just don't even know what to say. We don't have power again. Kicked off at like 1:30 or 2 maybe. Now the house is as cold as it was, as it ever was. But yeah, and we got another 2 or 3 inches of snow last night. I don't know, we'll see.